Dear students, welcome to the online classes of biology. So in the previous classes, we have studied about the characteristics of kingdom fungi. Okay, and I have also explained you what are the various classes of fungi. Isn't it? Like phycomycetes, ascomycetes, basidiomycetes and deuteromycetes. Okay, so let's study in detail about all this all these classes in this class. Okay, so first is what? Phycomycetes. So phycomycetes are the primitive group of fungus. Okay, and you can find them in aquatic habitats, on decaying wood, in moist and damp places, or sometimes as parasites. Okay, when you consider the mycelium or hypha, they are aseptate and cenocytic. I have already explained you what is cenocytic and aseptate condition, isn't it? Hypha will not have any septa, and you can see what many nuclei present in the hypha. Clear? So this is what the characteristic of phycomycetes. Then asexual reproduction. I told in fungus you can see different kinds of reproduction. So in this group of fungus, the asexual reproduction is with the help of zoospores. I told what are zoospores? They are motile spores with flagella in them, or sometimes with aplanospores. Okay, they are also asexual spores only. Okay, so with the asexual spores like zoospores or by aplanospores, they reproduce. Okay, then the speciality of this zoospores, okay, they are produced, and this the asexual spores, they are found or they are formed endogenously. Endogenously means inside. Okay, inside the sporangium. Understood? So what are the asexual spores? Asexual spores are zoospores and aplanospores. Okay, and what is the speciality? They are produced endogenously inside the sporangium. Okay, and you can see the sexual spore is the zygospore. Okay, what is it? Zygospore, and that is produced by the fusion of gametes. You know, during sexual reproduction there will be what? Gametes, and this gametes will fuse and form what? A zygote that will convert into zygospore. Okay, so zygospore is for the sexual spore, and it is formed by the fusion of gametes. Okay, so you can see that in this there will be what? Different types of sexual reproduction, that is isogamous, okay, anisogamous or oogamous. What are they? Isogamous. Isogamous means in this the gametes, male and female gametes, or the two gametes of two strains will be similar in morphology and in its behavior. Physiology means they are having the flagella. Both will have flagella, and they will both will be same in size. Okay, that kind of spores are, or the gametes are taking part in reproduction, then that kind of reproduction is called isogamy. Okay, or sometimes anisogamous. Dissimilar. Dissimilar means it can be anisogamous or oogamous. Anisogamous means what? No, here the behavior will be similar, means both will have the flagella, but one will be they will be different in size. Okay, both will have flagella, but both will be different in size. And oogamous means the one gamete will not be motile, they will not have flagella, and that will be bigger in size, and the other one will be smaller in size, and they will have the flagella. Is it clear? So these three kinds you can see in phycomycetes. So about phycomycetes, when you think, what all will be coming to your mind? First, they are the most primitive group, okay, of fungus. And I told the hypha is cenocytic and aseptate. Okay, and asexual reproduction is by zoospores and aplanospores, and the spores are endogenously produced, and the sexual spore is zygospore. Okay, zygospore, which is formed by the fusion of two gametes, and in this they can be isogamous isogamous, anisogamous or oogamous. Isogamous means what? Both will be similar in their size and in their both will have flagella. Okay, anisogamous means both will have flagella, but one will be large and another gamete will be small. Okay, and oogamous means both will be different in their size. Okay, the female one or the female the gamete will be large in size and they will not have the flagella, and male will be small in size and they will have the flagella. So can you imagine what kind of reproduction on the basis of the gametes we are having in human being? We are oogamous, isn't it? Large egg. The egg is large in size than sperm, and sperms are having flagella, but egg is not having flagella, or they are non-motile. So is it clear about phycomycetes? Examples of the phycomycetes are Rhizopus. You would have heard about the bread mold, isn't it? Then albigo, okay, mucor. All mucor now everyone is knowing, isn't it? So these are examples of phycomycetes. Okay, Rhizopus, mucor, and what albigo, etc. are examples of what? Phycomycetes. Here you can see one sporangium. Okay, in what? Can you see? This is the sporangium, which is formed at the tip of the hyphae. Okay, this is the hyphae, and at the tip of this hyphae, you can see what the sporangium is formed, and this will contain sporangiospores. Okay, so they are produced in the endogenously means they are produced inside the sporangium. Okay, spores will be present inside this sporangium. Okay, so this is the sporangium, and inside this sporangium spores are produced, and you can see a round type structure here. This is the columella. Okay, actually it contains air, and when it expands, this sporangium will get burst open, and that will result in the spreading of sporangiospores. Next group is ascomycetes. Okay, so ascomycetes are also known as sac fungi. Okay, they are little more advanced than the phycomycetes, and they are multicellular. Okay, and very rare forms are there which are unicellular. You have told the example also, isn't it? Yeast. Understood? Then when you see the nutrition in them, they are saprophytic. Some of them are saprophytic. Okay, decomposers. Sometimes some of them are parasites. Okay, or coprophilous. Coprophilous fungus means which grow on dung. Okay, cow dung and all, they will be growing. Then when we consider the mycelium of them, the mycelium is branched mycelium, you can see. So this can be asked. Okay, and septate. Septate means in between there will be cross walls or septa. Okay, then another important feature is the asexual spores of them are known as conidia. Okay, conidia, and they are produced. Okay, they are produced exogenously. Exogenously means at the tip of special mycelium known as what? Conidiophores. So all this don't get confused. Pores means what? Bearing. Understood? So the asexual spores in ascomycetes are known as conidia. They are produced exogenously. Exogenously means what? At the tip, not inside. In sporangium, I told sporangiospores are produced endogenously, inside. But here you can see at the tip of the mycelium or hypha known as conidiophores. Okay, and this conidia, they are spores, powder-like substances only, and when they germinate, okay, they produce new mycelium. Understood? And the sexual spores are known as, in this group, the sexual spores are known as what? Ascospores. And this ascospores are produced endogenously in sac-like structures called as asci or ascus. Understood? And this ascus are arranged in the fruiting body known as ascocarp. So something you understood? I will explain by taking the example of our agaricus, mushroom. Actually mushroom is not coming under this group, but still I told the mushroom, what you are seeing is the fruiting body. isn't it? When you see, when you cut the gills of the mushroom, you can see there are some structures are there, that is different. But fruiting body, that concept you understood now? That like this, in this ascomycetes also, what the hypha will be growing through the substratum, and when the vegetative phase is over, they will produce fruiting bodies. Okay, and the fruiting bodies of ascomycetes are known as ascocarps. What are they? Ascocarps. And in ascocarp, some structures are there. They are known as what? Asci or ascus. Okay, and in ascus, the ascospores are arranged or they are formed endogenously. Actually, in each ascus there will be 8 spores. Okay, 8 spores will be there. You can see here some of the ascocarps. Okay, ascocarps. These are ascocarp of some kind of fungus. Okay, so how it looks like, you understood now? So this will have what? Ascus or asci in them. So these are the fruiting bodies, and the vegetative hyphae will be growing through that rotting things. Okay, and when they complete their life cycle or vegetative phase, they will produce this kind of fruiting bodies. And in this fruiting bodies, you will find what? Ascus, and in ascus you will have what? Ascospores. Can you see here? This is what, if you take the section of that ascocarp, you will find this kind of structures, and if you see under the microscope, you can see, and each of the sac like structures are known as what? The ascus or asci. And you can see the ascospores are produced endogenously, means inside the ascus. Okay, if you count, this will be 8 in number. 1, 2, 3, likewise 8 in number. So is it clear to everyone? What ascomycetes you understood? Hypha, when you see, they are septate and branched, and the asexual spores of them are known as conidia. What is the speciality? They are produced exogenously, means at the tip of the structures called conidiophores. Okay, and then sexual spores are called ascospores, and they are found inside sac-like structures called ascus, and these are arranged on special fruiting bodies known as ascocarps. Okay, examples of ascomycetes are neurospora, okay, aspergillus, penicillium. All these are examples for ascomycetes. The next group is what? Basidiomycetes. Okay, so the very common group of what fungus they are, and the common group of fungus found in this basidiomycetes are mushroom, isn't it? Bracket fungus, then puff balls, etc. Okay, and they can be seen as saprophytes or sometimes as parasites. Okay, so parasitic forms of basidiomycetes are rust, smuts, etc. Okay, they causes disease. Okay, some group of fungus only which causes what? Various disease in plants. Okay, especially in plants. Then mycelium, if you see, they are branched and septate. Okay, and the important feature is asexual spores are not found. Okay, but vegetative reproduction you can see. Okay, so in phycomycetes and also in ascomycetes there were asexual spores, but here asexual spores are not found commonly. Okay, and sex organs are absent. Okay, and plasmogamy. Okay, plasmogamy takes place between two different strains, and that phase is known as, means plasmogamy only will take place. Karyogamy will not be taking place immediately after what plasmogamy. So what will happen? It will result in a dikaryotic phase. Okay, and in this dikaryotic phase only the basidiocarp will be formed. Okay, so first what will happen? Two strains of hypha, they will come close to each other, their cytoplasm will get fused. Okay, and now it will not be immediately followed by karyogamy. So what will happen? In the cytoplasm you can see two nuclei, and that case is known as dikaryotic phase. Okay, then the karyogamy and meiosis takes place in the basidium, producing 4 basidiospores. Okay, so after the formation of basidiocarp, Okay, in that basidiocarp, what will be there? Basidium, and basidium will produce basidiospores. Okay, so the basidiospores are the sexual spores which are formed at the tip of the basidium. Okay, and this basidium is found in the basidiocarp. So what we are seeing as what the mushroom is the basidiocarp. Understood? So these are the characteristics of what the basidiomycetes. The common examples of basidiomycetes are what? Agaricus, okay, Ustulago, Puccinia, etc. Okay, so about basidiomycetes, what you understood? The hypha is septate and what? Branched. Okay, then the fruiting body, asexual spores are absent in this group, and the sexual body or fruiting body is known as basidiocarp. Okay, the mushroom, what you are seeing as the mushroom is the fruiting body, and we call it as what? Basidiocarp. And inside the basidiocarp, what will be there? Or basidiocarp is made up of basidia. Okay, and basidia contains what? Basidiospores, which will grow into or germinate into new mycelium. Understood now? So this is about basidiomycetes. Now next group is deuteromycetes. Okay, deuteromycetes are known as fungi imperfecti. Okay, they are known as what? Fungi imperfecti, because the asexual or vegetative phase only is known. Okay, and as the perfect phase, that is the sexual forms or sexual phase, is unknown to this group. Okay, whenever anyone is finding out the sexual reproductive phase in this, that will be moved to the other classes like what? Ascomycetes or basidiomycetes, etc. Understood? So deuteromycetes are known as fungi imperfecti because only the asexual or vegetative phase is only known. The asexual phase, or in this group of fungus, they are not having sexual phase or it is not found out. Understood? So as the sexual phase is discovered, they will be moved to the other groups. Okay, then here also the asexual spores are known as the conidia. Okay, and when you consider the mycelium, they are septate and branched. Okay, some of them are saprophytes and some others are parasites. Okay, and a large number of them, okay, they are decomposers. Okay, they help in the recycling of substances. So examples of them are Alternaria, Colitotrichum and Trichoderma. Okay, once again listen: Alternaria, Colitotrichum and Trichoderma. So I hope you got some idea about various groups of fungus. Okay, so and the characteristics of kingdom fungi, isn't it? So the various groups of fungi are Phycomycetes, which are the primitive type. Then comes Ascomycetes. Okay, and then comes Basidiomycetes, and the last is Deuteromycetes. Okay, the fruiting bodies of Ascomycetes are known as ascocarps, and Basidiomycetes are known as basidiocarps. Okay, and in Deuteromycetes there is no sexual phase found in. Okay, so if means the organisms which are included under Deuteromycetes were either not have what the sexual phase, or it is not discovered. So as it is discovered, they will be grouped under Basidiomycetes or Ascomycetes. Is it clear? So when we consider Deuteromycetes, they are hypha is septate and branched, and they shows different kinds of nutrient or nutrition methods. Okay, like saprophytes, parasites, okay, decomposers, etc. Is it clear? I hope this much is very clear, and in the next class I will be teaching this kingdom Plantae, Animalia in short. Actually, we need to study in detail about kingdom Plantae and Animalia in the other two chapters. So this is a small introduction only I will give. and after that we have to study about virus, viroids, prions and lichens. So this 2 chapters will be completed then the next chapter is about the plant kingdom, and this 3 chapters will be there for your pre-midterm exam. Okay, so hope this much is clear to you. We'll stop here. Thank you.